mission pure, their promise sworn, steadfast till the end. Mysticians seek what lies untold, with spells of newfound lore, lighting paths and opening gates to magic's very core. Raise the banner, let it fly, united we stand tall, a spirit bold and a courage bright, to answer echoes call. Adventure waits for nobody, so rally up the crew, sailing towards our destiny, we know just what to do. Spirits wake, hearts will grow, Lockstitch's name the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow, Lockstitch's name the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow, Lockstitch's name the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow, Lockstitch's name the world will know. Raise the banner, let it fly, united we stand tall, a spirit bold and a courage bright, to answer echoes call. Adventure waits for nobody, so rally up the crew, sailing towards our destiny, we know just what to do.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 10 of season 5 of our little starter arc so far. So we have some new cards out there. They are for the first weekend of March. I believe it's going to be that Saturday. We are going to do a Sunday is what Nika's saying. We will do the speakeasy. That's fair. I think we could do them all together, honestly. Alright, so the first weekend of March, we'll have a speakeasy. There are 5 cards out there to do the scenes. Obviously, Not Forgiven has already gotten one. The You Like Me, You Really Like Me one. That is, obviously, probably Soki in this situation, or it could be his new character. It could be Talus. And somebody else that he gets to pick to fill in those Mad Libs. Like, character accept an award from the Adventurers Guild for all of Lockstitch. You are being recognized. And who he picks are the people that go up and, like, answer for that. We got one where you guys are in the laboratory trying to fix some equipment. We've got one where it is a culture exchange. I did change it. It is, I think I fixed it, but it's character, NPC, and character. So you pick yourself an NPC that you want to have a culture exchange with that you think would actually talk to you. Like, you can't pick the shaper, but you could pick. There's some wiggle room, and like that location is going to be setting based, and then another player. You guys figure out that you're being spied on, and that for that one and the other one, Who Watches Lockstitch, you guys tell me how you would set up to protect Lockstitch from spies. Like, I know we keep saying that, oh no, these people are like looking at your information. Show me how you would stop it. Or would you stop it and just share all information? And then, of course, the test your might, because everybody likes to have a duel, so you can duel against another character or an NPC and, like, talk through it. Have a conversation with the player or character while you're fighting each other. That's what I'm hoping for. So those are all just out there. There's only one of each, so we're not doubling up on them. And those will be the scenes that we do in the next speakeasy. And then everybody please send Nika all of your blackout days for March. We're trying to get that calendar started as soon as we can. Because it's a much more focused arc next month. And with that, let's just... Nope. If you don't have any blackout time days, don't message. We're good. Like if you're good any day, then just yeah, Nika will assume that you are, and then we will ask you right before we do the scheduling, and then But don't worry about like just messaging us saying everything's good. We're good. All right, everybody. Today we are starting on the side of the world Alkali, in the southern section, the southeast section, nearish haven, very deserty in the city of Dulce, completely covered with sand, and we helped some merchants get here so that they could try to like reestablish this as a place of living. They are doing okay. Like it's doing fine. They have reached to the palace to start setting up, but people are getting hurt a lot. There are a lot of rumors that they think that this place might be cursed. So they've decided to call in Lockstitch for help. And now I will introduce our players. So, we have Ammon, played by Tofu.
Well, hello.
We have Cash, played by Soap.
Good evening, everyone.
We have Senior Officer Leo Levin, played by Leo.
Senior Officer Leo Levin reporting.
Yes. And here we are, everybody. We are in the city of Dulce. It is still very salty in the air. It is nothing but salt and sand. Construction work is going on all around you, where it's more akin to masonry than it is to like normal construction work. It is people with chisels and hammers pounding the crystal off of these structures, and a lot of people doing like measurements to make sure the whole place isn't gonna come down. But let me tell you, Leo, it's lackadaisical out here. They are not. You see sluices of salt just pour off of one of the roofs, and people just yelling like "heads up!" and everybody dives away. And stalactites, the size of giant stalactites of salt crashing into the ground. Somebody could have died.
Ooh, this is... Leo just muttering to himself like, this is very, very different from the weir. Oh boy, got our work cut out for us. Okay. Leo looks around to see who is, at the moment running this whole situation here.
You see the dog man at the front here. He has not just a hood, but it is covering his mouth as well because of all of the dust running through the air. That is Foreman Bork. Douglas Bork. You have been sent here. The people who hired you are probably the Merchants Guild of this area. So if you ran up the chain far enough, you were probably hired by Tiamat.
Okay.
This is one of her offshoot, like, business ventures. They're currently trying to clean this place out.
Yeah, now that they finally can, that makes sense. So Leo will go to the foreman and try to assess the situation, see what's going on.
Douglas is standing, like, rigid back, looking around. He's just like, "That's a good job over there, Casey. Good hustle. Get out of the way of that." And he's just like, "Hey, why are two men on that ladder?" And she's like, "Let go of the ladder and let him do it. If he's not stable, that's on him." She's like, get back to work." He's just like, time crunch.
I take it you must be the foreman, seeing as you are giving the orders to the group. May I speak to you?
Absolutely. And he's like, "All right, everybody, I'm taking 5. Keep working." He hands a clipboard to somebody, like this cat right next to him, that just is attempting to mimic his voice, telling everybody, get back to work.
Yes. Hello. I have been hired by the Merchants Guild to come assist with the cleanup efforts. I'm Senior Officer Leo 11 of Lockstitch, sir. Leo reaches out to shake his hand.
Douglas definitely reaches out. He's just like, Douglas Borks. It's just like, as you can see, you can let the Merchant Guild know that we are doing quite well right here. It's just like we're saving, well, we're making pretty good time. Every once in a while, we just rush forward. We do it as fast as we can until we hit a setback. Then we relax. And then, once everybody gets good again, fast as we can.
Yes, we came here on the information of a recent setback that might be cause for concern. Something to deal with. Let me see the info that I was given. Just a moment. Let's see. Something about there being potentially a curse for some reason. I wonder why they didn't bring Midnight for this.
You hear, like, you see everybody that's working, they cross themselves with the Beezus symbol, which is it's like putting your two hands together and like waving them really fast like bees, and they all hum slightly to themselves. And they're like, don't, there's no curse. There's no curse.
Yes, we're here to make sure that is not the case. That way there is no, worries amongst your crew so that they can continue to work with no, fears on that end.
Excellent. You guys hear that? They're here to prove that there's no curse. It's like, all right. Thank you all for showing up. Now, I can't get them past the foyer of the castle. We got in there a couple of days ago. Somebody fell, cut their leg. They lost a lot of blood, but they survived.
Oh, that's good at least. But it seems to be starting at the foyer. That is good to know. Ammon, Cash. It seems we have our location to go to. Considering this might be of a supernatural manner, I have a good feeling you would be of a great assistance here, Ammon. And and in case of potential other injuries amongst the workers here, we might need your assistance as things tend to always have some sort of hitch or two. You know how things are, Dr. Cash.
Yes, I've had quite a lot of experience with many looks around hitches in the past.
Then it seems my choices have been well warranted to bring you both. Good. Please, if you can, Foreman Borks, lead us to the foyer so we may begin our little investigation.
Oh, so quickly! Absolutely.
I'm sure everybody wants to be done with all this salt as soon as possible. So the sooner I help you folks out, the sooner they can be finished with all the salt falling everywhere.
He walks you through. The first parts of it are pristine. Ancient is a word that you would use now that they've cut some of the salt, and you see salt on the ground that is thick, probably almost to a foot thick of just concentrated salt, and it is all over the ground. Underneath it are pillars that, Ammon, some of this construction is familiar from ancient books. You've gone past Dulce plenty of times, but it doesn't look like what it used to look like because it's covered in so much salt. Does Ammon keep up with history? Or is it very, specific?
I think Ammon, in downtime and stuff, has a fascination with, ancient civilization. and like likes to look at history and old things. I mean, peruse the occasional museum.
The artwork underneath some of the artwork that is being revealed as they chip away the salt. Ostentatious is the word I want to use. It's a little macabre for your tastes. It's very dark and Gothic, I think is the wrong word, but close. Like, what does Persian Gothic look like?
Oh, okay, no, I get exactly. I think I get the vibe. What you're saying.
And Bork is leading you all through. He's like, here's where they won't go past anymore. It's like, they think a couple things, and he points up, and you see the fact that a large stalagmite has fallen, and then he points at the ground, and you see a huge fissure in the floor that clearly keeps going as it is very deep, and you do not see a bottom.
Now that's a hole.
Very much so.
There is some discolored blood at the edge of the hole where the person clearly got hurt. It doesn't look like they cleaned it up. There is a smear where they pulled them away, but there is something to study, basically.
Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. All right, we'll begin our work here. Leo will, I guess he'll put like a little marker nearby. We're not sure how far this fish is going to go. Having like markers in a way back might be a good idea for us to have.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. So with that in mind, let's see what we can glean out of this thing. Out of the thing. Cash, would you be able to assist with this?
Is the blood? Yes, I can definitely assist with that.
Much appreciated.
But then he will
You can't see that.
calmly walk over to get a better look at the blood. Oh, whatever truly happened here, it must have hurt like hell considering of all the salt.
Bork is still right here if you want to ask him questions, for sure. But, did you want to roll with a medic tag to try to figure out everything that's going on, or do you just want to
Yeah.
roll a raw 20?
Let's see. I think that would be rolled with the is it medic or doctor?
Yeah, it's gonna be the medic tag, but
Okay.
you are a doctor. Like the world calls Cash a doctor. The tag you have is medic, though. Just for now.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Is it just one?
Yeah, 2 if you're gonna use a tag point.
Okay, so then let's see.
Is that a 17 or a 7?
It says 17.
Looks like a 17.
Absolutely. All right. There are multiple things that you feel and see as a doctor, because that is what you first went forward looking. This wound. Okay, so whoever had this wound, Bork is explaining it. She's like, "Yep, like cat people, they have all the luck." And it's just like, they were about your size. Got hit by that stalactite. Stalagmite? I'm never sure which one.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, cut him open. Must have hit the vein good because it was a gusher. It's like, in a matter of seconds, they lost almost all of their blood in their body. And I've seen some bad cuts. Funny thing is, once we got it out of here, got them all sutured up, they were fine. Had a couple of extra blood donors, but she'll be just fine. Now I'm telling them it's not a curse. How could it be a curse when you lose 90% of your blood and then still survive?
I had a question about the whole curse superstition stuff. Um, could the devil's advocate, could it just be a workplace accident?
Yes, considering everything that we all saw outside, it does sound like it could potentially just be some form of workplace negligence, more than a curse.
Thank you all so much for showing up. If I could just have you sign right here that it was simply worker negligence, if you don't mind, right here. And he slides a clipboard.
I don't sign anything without a lawyer present. I'm sorry.
Hi, I'm currently very much present. Give me this paperwork.
Rights cause titties, and mites cause on the ground. Mites live in your eyebrows, though.
I know when you said that my tism kicked in. I was like, tight, hangs tight to the ceiling, mighty on the ground.
I know we've
don't
had
know.
these conversations. We all remember things in just the worst ways. I still remember never eat soggy women. That is how I learned it, and I don't like it. I wish I could purge it from my brain. I know some people say that
I
it's
mean,
worm,
same, Alan,
but
same. Mine was never eat soggy watermelons.
Soggy waffles.
waffles.
I've never heard of soggy women. Oh my god.
Soggy woman was how I grew up with it. I also heard a lot of people sing like Jingle Bells Batman Smells, and their versions of it was significantly less violent than my versions of it. Like our versions that we grew up singing in school, not at like school events, but us walking down the hallway at school, involved burning the school down.
Metal.
Based.
Wow.
Don't do that, but based.
Well then.
Yeah, it was. I'll find the words to it at some point. I'm not gonna sing it, but. So yeah. As a doctor, Cash, if this person was the size of it, and you have no reason to believe that they weren't. Like I had them outside of this place that you guys could have gone talk to them, but don't worry about it. We're good. This is a lot of blood, and they had to have hit an artery, and they should be dead.
Yeah.
But
That's
also,
that was one thing that would have really like got our eyebrow raised out of them. If it was an artery, they should like, especially the one in the leg. That one, if it gets ruptured, it can in fact kill you. So first eyebrow raise.
the second big eyebrow raise you might have is they lost that much blood. There's not a lot of blood up here. And if you listen real closely, you can hear something dripping below.
He's gonna handle the clipboard for a moment, not even really giving it any kind of buromancy eye over. So you said that it was a wound that happened up here, and it was it was something that in a particular place in most creatures' anatomies would have killed them. And you said you said it happened up here. There's very minimal blood. Are you sure your story is straight, sir?
Nobody has made it down there yet, and I can't get anybody to go down there and clean it up. I just assumed that it's spilled.
He hands back the unsigned contract. I think we will need further investigation to determine whether or not it truly is a workplace incident or a curse.
He takes his clipboard back. He's like, all right. It's like, okay. He's just like, further investigation needed. He's like, checks off visited site of accident. And it's like, we've determined there might be something more to this.
Potentially, but in the sort of world we live in that is truly chaotic, and anything truly can happen at, let's say, a throwing of a dice. Anything is truly possible. So it could either be, as you say, a workplace incident, or it could also be a curse. We don't know. But that's why we're here, right?
Mr. Bork raises his hand. He's just like, I'm sold. I'm sold. I'm sure it's important. It's not my bill to pay anyway. It's like we'll shut down any further excavation into the castle while you're down there. What kind of tools can we supply you with? Mind you, those will be coming out of your charge, out of your reward.
Reward. Interesting.
We've already set into place contracts with your administrator Wicklaw. And
So
one
they
peanut.
truly are in good. They are truly in good hands. Sort of good hands.
With that in mind, I think if anything, once we know how deep it is, the first thing we would need probably is a rope to get down there safely.
Rope, light, chisel, pickaxe.
Leo would. Leo's gonna use his spear, the resonant spear, to try to channel the spirits around. See what kind of energy is around here. What kind of energy is going on down there? Might give us an idea of what to expect.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me spiritualist.
Okie dokie. So spiritualist, if I'm using the tag, it's 2.
Yep, if you're using the tag, it's 2.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Thank
with a
you.
19, absolutely. Hunger. Somebody is starving down there.
Huh.
But at the same time as somebody is starving, something else is incredibly satiated. And that is moving. Satiated might be wrong. Endlessly hungry is one of them. Something is eating but not full, and something is starving.
Well, from what I'm getting on this reading here, there might be very well something down there. Something down there. Well, there's 2 things down there. Something down there is, I guess, according to the energy around here the readings that I'm getting, one is starving and another is endlessly hungry. There might be somebody down there that we might need to check for.
Are you missing any of your employees, Mr. Bork?
Bork, it's like, absolutely not. It's like, I have paid, everyone has collected every single one of their checks just this morning. And if anybody is missing and has doubled up on their checks, I will find them.
Then we'll definitely give a quick check down there to see if that is the case or not. We'll inform you if somebody is, taking more than their fair share.
A man after Tiamat's own heart. Just like, make sure nobody gets paid double. That's what my granddad said. Never pay a man twice for the job that you can pay a different man half the cost.
So about those tools.
Yes.
Yeah, so he will bring back spelunking gear if you want. It's not like the best. It is clearly these ropes were designed to bring down large pillars of salt. So they are grappling hooks that you can. They're ropes, strong ropes, even if they're not climbing ropes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys can have hammers, little pickaxes. All the hammers would give you the blunt tag. All the pickaxes have piercing tags. They do 1d6 effectiveness because they're not meant to be used as weapons, but they can get the job done if you need to. But they are effective and breaking through salt and or rock.
Neat.
Yeah, I don't think you guys have to make rolls. Like, You guys can just set up and go right on down there.
All right.
In the hole.
Right. Stay close and follow me. Leo would head down first.
Sir, yes, sir. And follow behind.
Think how Cash sets his up. He's set up in a way that he's following the blood down, keeping an eye on it.
Put the blood down there then.
How deep does this cavern go?
From some reports, I've heard some of these caverns can go on, well, down to the core practically. In theory, anyway.
Just what we need is another entrance to hell.
All of you get one shot to see something looking at you from the corner of your eye. You can all use a tag if you want to try to like make sure that to see if you find it. If you don't, you just don't see it. That's all.
Remind me how many attack points we get in a game.
10, right?
It should be 10.
Okay, I just want to make sure that I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody starts with 10. Yep.
Well, the only tag that I would have that could potentially be useful for keeping an eye out for something, or something like that's a little bit keen eye, would be the lawyer, since you have to have a keen eye for these sort of things. Good details, things like that.
All right.
I'm not seeing that in this one.
Oh, womp womp.
Oh.
Could I use I don't think I can convince any of my tags for this. Performer just to be able to watch a mark?
Well, we know there's something endlessly hungry. Everyone, stay alert and keep an eye out for anything that might seem amiss. Alert us if anything comes into your view. We don't know what we are seeing, what to expect.
Yeah, everybody give me a D20 real fast.
Oh, damn.
Satellite
Okay,
here is
Mom.
working overtime.
Yeah, I'm on.
Satellite!
Satellite!
11, 12, and 20.
Absolutely. So, Ammon, you see, even in this darkness, like what looks like the ground itself ripple away. Do any of you have like a light source on you?
Let's see.
I mean, he has a
Because you
lighter.
guys are spelunking. Like you guys can have
Like little
our
bundles.
versions of flashlights or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
Like you guys would know how far down you were going. So if you guys just want to say you're holding X, just let me know what it is that X is. Could just be a torch. They're not very like hugely technological here right now.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Could I magic a little globule of light?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's what Ammon would have floating around.
Ooh, fancy.
What you see is around the blood is a gelatinous creature that is just pretending to be the sand beneath it.
Oh, yes!
Like, that is drinking the blood, slowly seeping. But because you got a 20, you know this creature. They are terrifying. They are cross sanguine. This is one of its many forms. It has a what is the word I'm looking for? Like, if it cuts you, you keep bleeding effect.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, like an
yeah.
anticoagulant. The air around you and above you, you realize that that smell that you were smelling, it does smell a lot like blood, is this thing's pheromones that cause your entire body to become anticoagulant. Like,
Mhm.
if you get cut in any way down here, you are bleeding. And you also know these things drink blood.
That that explains what happened to the worker.
Ammon, ears flat on his head, just total fear. Oh fuck. No, not doing this again.
Uh,
Is there something you would like to share with the group?
So like, sand, right? Living sand, like little oozy sandy little
living sand.
bloodsucker fucker.
Uh, where do you see that? Like where
Right there on the blood.
that might
They're
be a
they're all over the sanguine. They're where I come from. Nasty fuckers.
right. And if that's the case, we're going to need to figure out a way to deal with this, because this is a risk to, well, everyone here, including the folks upstairs. That would explain why that one worker lost so much blood.
Um. Also, like, yeah, just don't get cut because it mm, it makes you not stop bleeding. So sand, right?
Understood. Uh, let's
Wonderful.
let's for now keep our distance. It hasn't noticed us yet, right?
I don't think so. None of us are bleeding, and I think it's more preoccupied with the pool of blood there.
Right. And
How capable is this creature that it could reach up, and he points up the shaft, like the hole, to be able to potentially grab something or someone, anything?
well, they said a stalactite dropped down, didn't it? The creature might
But
have been.
the pheromones and shit that come off of it can go like the moment we entered the castle ruins, we probably started being affected by it. We currently, if any of us get cut, we're bleeding out essentially. Like
On-
our
on a
blood will
20
not.
Sorry, on a 20 Amon, you realize that there must be a pod of these down here. Like, there must be a. I don't know what is a gaggle of sand blood?
A gaggle of goop.
What do you call it?
A squidgle?
There's a
A
regular bloodstream down here.
Huh.
bloodstream. I like that.
A squidgle? A
I was
squidgle
gonna
of
say
blood?
oh fuck, I can't say that word actually.
Uh,
A sklorp of blood?
A sklorp.
then
I think Amon will have that realization sit in just there and go, oh shit, wait, there might be a lot of them here.
And my spear read two things here. One that's endlessly hungry, which I'm guessing it's that thing, and something that's starving. It might help us to find who that other figure is.
It could
And
be another one.
I would rather be sure. Because if something is down here and it is in this kind of danger, if we don't get them out of here, they might not ever get out. Period. Let us see if we can find them, and if we cannot, we will get out and we will inform the situation, and either get a group that's a bigger group to handle all this, or if push comes to shove, find a way to handle this ourselves.
Oh, for
And
sure. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Sounds like we'll be handling it ourselves no matter what happens, so we might as well get to move on to find, what we can.
Do we have a sense of where this other living thing is, or
Oh, for sure.
hungry thing is?
The hungry thing is all around you. The sand itself feels hungry, Leo.
Yeah.
You can spot them now that Ammon has shown you, but there are dark spots in the sand that are subtly moving. You guys don't have to worry about the jump scare or the stepping on them mechanic because he rolled a 20 and he can tell you all about them.
Yeah.
But
good
on
shit.
each map, just imagine that you don't have to imagine, you will see them. They're all over the place.
Neat.
A quick question. Does Ammon would Ammon know if these creatures ever venture outside of the Sandwain, or is this like weird for it to be in the ruins of Dulce?
For a 20, I'll give you a little bit more on them. They were a prized pet of a creature, like of a race that existed well before your time. Like they bred them. That's why there's so many of them.
Oh, okay.
They're like pigeons, but like, what if a pigeon wants to consume your blood? They're very good at cleanup. Or if
Invasive species.
but what you're telling me, all these like readings I'm getting here are all hungry but not starving.
right, they are all like they could eat.
Yeah, like they're always ready to eat, but none of them are the starving ones, which is what Leo wants to see. Who is starving down
Yeah,
here?
something is definitely stopping. And as you like wander around, you see two things. First, the entrance to what looks like a mausoleum, and second, a pillar outside of said mausoleum that appears like dedicated. It has a feeling of just strength to it. Like here's where we put our leader.
Interesting.
Neat.
Is am I getting closer to that other reading as we get closer to this
Oh,
mausoleum?
absolutely. You basically can feel something like almost like somebody's tummy grumbling. You know what I mean?
Well, okay. Leo's like looking to the spear and the little spirits nearby it. Whatever is starving, it's in there. We'll need to be mindful of all these little sand things as we find out who's in there and maybe get them out, or if they are a potential threat, maybe deal with them. Point is, we need to make sure all this has been properly checked on for the safety of the people upstairs. Come on.
Save a soul if friendly, fuck 'em off if not. Oh, yeah, sorry.
As things tend to go when it comes to Lockstitch situations, more often than not. Hopefully, this one is one of the former. Anyhow, you seem to recognize these creatures better than us, so we'll be following your steps here.
Well, at least it's easy. You see that more reddish looking sand? Fucking stay away from it.
And as Amon's giving that wonderful talk, Kennesh is gonna wander over to the pillar or the obelisk, whatever it's supposed to be, and adjust his glasses to get a better look at what's on there to see if he could potentially make anything out. His pyromancy.
Hieroglyphics. It is covered in hieroglyphics. Hieroglyphics that are ancient. Your Biromancy's not going to be able to help you out, but yeah, you can give me a 20-sider.
At least try and attempt to get a general vibe.
Yeah, absolutely. This is some very powerful thing. You see these hieroglyphics that are in front of you are showing a culture building up. You can see what looks like Dulce's original schematics, much sharper, much more angular. This city got run on, literally, like rounded out by the storm. Everything was much sharper. You see lines and rows of people bringing in blocks to build up Dulce. You see like a massive market, and all of these are always showing scenes from underneath starlight. Just gorgeous black backdrops. The moon in the background is there as well. You do see a 12-sided object back there. And then there seems to be like a bunch of people getting into... You're not dumb. It looks like people getting into coffins.
Quite interesting. So, from what I'm gathering from here, he just points at the pillar and then points at the tomb, catacombs, whatever. This is We should keep going.
Huh? I
Well,
mean, okay.
We intend to, but what exactly did you get from this? We can walk and explain. That way we're not being close to these things.
Please.
I'm not equipped to deal with hemorrhaging.
It is significantly easy. Like, not significantly easy. It is easier to navigate through them. Ammon. But just... This is even a 1 does not mean you are attacked. A 1 does not mean you are ambushed. A 1 means you definitely got all of their attention.
Oh.
A 20 means you make it through here unscathed completely and with a bonus. How do we get to that door without alerting any of them, Ammon? I know you said just keep separate and keep away from them. That's 100%. You start with 2d20. If you without any tag points. If you want to, you can put in more tag points or just trust yourself.
I would like to throw in performer and kind of gracefully glide like a little, like, you know, follow my footsteps kind of vibe through them.
Absolutely. Give me 2d20. Oh, I'm sorry, 3d20. You used one more.
Oh, you missed one.
Oh,
Hey,
wait,
there it
that'll
is.
do it.
Let's fucking go.
Fucking Christ!
Let him go.
Just like, okay, but whatever that was, you had to copy exactly the way he just moved.
Just like that, super easy.
Ammon politely, there is no way in hell I can do that.
You got good body structure, just like, you know, just a little like, wah, you know?
Just because I'm mostly part cat doesn't mean I know what I'm doing.
just a little wah.
Then if it helps, Doctor, follow me. Leo would offer his hand to if we have to perform our way through, it can always be done in the duet.
Fine. You lead, I don't know what I'm doing.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Come on.
You aren't helping.
Adorable. Just give him the old 2-step.
There, see?
Yeah.
The two of them holding hands, you know, that's fine.
And
Nika
nobody
has just made me aware that the tokens look like they have the little kissy. They do kind of have a kissy.
It was a little wink.
Squidge, 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 squidge. But yeah, they have absolutely no idea that you are all here. I think this close. Yeah, they could eat if you like basically cut your hand and like squeezed it into them. Whatever they have eaten recently has really satiated them. Like the ones closer to this, the ones closer to the runes, are very good. Maybe a little like Thanksgiving good.
Uh-oh.
A little tired.
That's a
Well-
little alarming, but okay.
For the sake of our investigation, that's a good thing at least.
It is, but where are
Let's
they
go
getting
wrong.
enough food? Enough food?
Well, that's probably what we're going to find out.
Rats?
Have you seen a rat down here?
Maybe that's why we haven't seen them.
You know what? Foolproof logic there. We'll give you that one.
Once you go right in, there's a little bit of a corridor, but the room that you are feeling the energy from has this box is big enough for any of you to fit your bodies into it. It has a red crystal top. It is just it is gothic as all hell.
Mm-hmm.
You see one of these slime creatures on top of the crystal, and it is like as hard as it can. Like you can see its body flexing.
Mm. Whatever that starving energy is, I am going to assume it is in that coffin, isn't it?
Oh, this is Gaudia's all hell. But
I don't know what you're
dig
talking
it.
about. You obviously never seen any of the grave sites in Evil. I've seen plenty of them, and when you're gothic and rich, you get some real interesting tastes.
I have not made my way over to Evil yet, I don't think.
I'm avoiding the place. Don't ask.
No, fair. So do we think the starving thing is this thing trying to suck the crystal? Or is it in the coffin?
It, judging by the energy from what I'm getting from my reading, it might be in there. And we're gonna have to deal with that if we want to help get out whatever's in there.
Blast the thing to hell?
Let's not get, well, considering where we are, explosions might be a little bit dangerous.
That, and if we somehow manage to damage that coffin, that I'm pretty sure whatever is in there, if it finds out that we damaged it, they might be a little upset. We did kind of walk into whomever's home this is and effectively destroy it if we did that.
So let's see if we can figure out a way to extract this little critter from that coffin as safely as we can.
An antiseptic wife?
I may carry medical things with me, but nothing that big.
A little pouch of blood, and it's like, oh, look, I got it right here. Reach into your coat.
Hey, little fella, you want a snack?
Good lord.
I don't. I decided to leave my vials of blood at home today.
I
Oh,
mean,
darn.
same. I didn't think I would need them. I mean, what?
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 On the plus side, you guys are just so full of it, though.
I'm not. I'm mostly magic. If not all magic. I don't know what that means.
I'm twink juice. That's what I've run on.
Ay. Well then, let's see. What can we do to get this little bugger out of there? Maybe I could. Leo's going to try to make something that can assist with this situation. We don't have much on hand, but if there's a way to just get kind of like basically what he's essentially trying to do, considering it's just sand, maybe he can make a bit of a funnel of sorts to just funnel that little slime creature right out of here.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like, you want to just scrape it off, or blow it off at the top of it.
It might be safer to use his spear to keep it a good distance because you don't want to get close to that thing. That thing's dangerous. But he wants to find a way to put it in like something that could like just have it like funnel out of here. Because to try to get this thing go, Actually, he gives a look around. Is there like an hourglass in here? If he could just put that, if you could put that pile of sand in an hourglass, and that could be interesting. That could be a way to get this thing out of here.
And a good way to trap it too.
Yeah,
So Leo's searching around for like an hourglass.
looking around this room, it is gaudy jewelry. There's a hookah in the corner, loaded, ready to be used. Like Leo, all of the tobacco, and I'm doing tobacco as hard as, like, in air quotes, as hard as I can. The herbs that were loaded into it, like, you can see in these drawers there were like silks and beautiful clothes at one point in time that are just completely a thousand years. That's a hell of a thing, and all of this salt really ruined all of these clothes. But you do find yourself a rather large hourglass.
This might work.
You can unscrew the top of it, and inside of this hourglass is, Ammon, there is a dark red sand in this hourglass that if you look at just right, if the light hits it just right, it has like an iridescent flash of teal.
Now hang on.
Yes. Is something the matter? Leo walks to Ammon with the hourglass. What happened?
I must be mistaken.
No. Beth, even if you are mistaken, what is there something you've noticed?
The little teal flakes in the sand.
Teal. I haven't. Correct me if I'm wrong, but teal usually is an indicator of magic, right? Harbinger? Harbinger.
Oh, you're talking. I thought you were literally asking them on. But absolutely, teal is generally associated with magic. This red sand is associated with where Ammon's from, and the teal pulsing through the red sand is also linked to where Ammon's from.
Ammon is going to take out, just like, I assume he'd carry like sample vials and stuff. And do you mind if I take a sample of this?
I mean, considering I'm going to use the hourglass for the creature, I mean, take all the sand you need from this one, I guess.
Take all of it. Why let it go to waste?
It could be important.
Ammon will do just that.
So Leo would help with draining the hourglass and basically giving the sand in it to Ammon in their little like sample vials and stuff. Okay. Now we got this here, and let's see if we can get this to work.
He's filling up vials with that. Yeah, absolutely. Add the sanguine sands, vials of sanguine sand, to what you have.
Ammon got some sanguine sand, red sand.
If nothing else, I can use this in a ritual.
Went on a mission today and all I got was sand.
So yeah, the creature on top of the sand, you are just scraping it off into it to funnel it out of there, and just gonna trap it in this hourglass.
or at least, and at least put it in the hourglass and put it somewhere like near the exit, just in case if it does break out, it is not on me.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. Yeah. Roll me. I'll give you one for free because of the finding things around the room. So 2d20, and then add another tag if you want to.
I don't think any of the tags will connect here. He's not engineering something. He's just putting it in an hourglass. Leader, spiritualist. No, then none of that seems to be working. He's just gonna use whatever tools are in hand to help with scraping it. That way, he's not touching him. So just a regular 2d20 here.
All right, let's take it. Yeah, with a 19, absolutely. You get the creature like safely into it. And it is at the corner. It does not see you as a threat. It doesn't even know what just happened. You can move it completely out of your harm's way.
Whew. Okay, so yeah, Leo will do just that. And not gonna lie, that die was like on that one for a second. It scared me. Okay.
Having a real problem.
At least it's staying docile.
Let's hope these stay that way.
Listen, you hear horror stories growing up, in the Sand Green. Mr. Jameson, he was too young for what happened to him.
You can only imagine.
Well, if we let's keep ourselves careful, and hopefully we can keep things as docile as they are now. As for this, can I get a bit of help? Leo's looking at the coffin.
Yeah, I suppose.
Of course. Do you have anything to wedge it open?
My spear.
You want to really use your spear? Well, I mean, I know I referred to this place as this whatever this is home, but anything could happen in a couple thousand years. We got anything else we could use?
A candlestick?
I suppose we could use some of the things around here. One of the
anything.
All right, so Leo will go and grab this big old this larger like candlestick holder.
Oh, for sure.
To help with wedging it.
I think for the most part, this thing is saved from the above level of salt. You understand? Like this place is, but it might still have a bit of calcium buildup or salt buildup around the cracks that you guys have to break free. That would be stopping if, say, somebody was locked in there trying to force their way out. That would be holding them in.
Oh, this thing is really
Oh yes, for sure.
Yeah, let's scrape this off first.
It's gonna get all under my claws, and Ramon would just like rip his claws, just trying to chip a little.
And this is why we should wear gloves more often.
Leo, I mean, technically he has gloves. He just has fingerless ones, unfortunately.
I think, like, getting the clit off and breaking it open, I don't know if that's a roll. Do we think it's a roll? I think to keep it in one piece, to not break anything, is the roll. Unless you guys are just willy-nilly don't care if you break it. Just pop it off and get it over with.
I believe the group is trying to be careful about everything around here, or at least as careful as they can.
Yeah, give or take.
I mean, if it breaks, easier to put in pockets. Wait, hold on. Maybe I spent a little too much time with Krieg.
Okay, Leo is trying to be careful at the very least.
Cash is being careful enough. If it breaks, it's unfortunate, but
I think that's the mindset Ammon would have too. Is like, let's try to be careful, but if it breaks, oh well.
Alright,
I
let's
care
all just
for
roll.
the dead, I care for the living, not the dead.
Oh boy.
Why don't you all roll me a 20-sider and we'll take the highest. Remember, Leo can ignore at least a one. He can ignore 2 ones, but
I'm ignoring my one like that.
it was Leo's 1.
Hell yeah.
I ignore it.
He's like, doesn't do it. Whatever he was about to do, he's just like, oh wait, Just lets
No.
Ammon do it. No, wait, no, it's definitely Cash that did it.
Cash may have some experience with opening caskets. Don't ask him why.
Leo's doing that thing people tell him always to do. Delegate. He
As,
ain't doing it.
And the one time you choose to delegate is the time where we're both breaking our backs. I see how it is.
as the incredibly heavy crystal lid of this coffin comes out, it is basically burgundy dust fills the air. And you want to take a step back and do like cough on it because this is powdered blood that has been dried for eons as a figure stands up in the misty dry dust.
Well, we're yapping quite a bit.
Yes, apologies, sir. We were trying to figure out the best way to assist with your casket. Was a bit locked in from the outside
Yes, it was as it was designed.
with the calcium all like crusted in.
The salt is a bit of a unexpected touch.
Well, right. I suppose I should we introduction for are in order. I am Leo Levin, sir. This is Dr. Cash, and this is Ammon. We're
A rabbit, a dog, and a cat. Okay.
Dog.
yes, no, and yes, technically. But may I get your name if you're willing to share?
My name should be known, but I am the Mike Holodine.
Suppose it's a pleasure to meet you.
Your name might be known in some circles, but judging by how things are around here, it might have been a very long time since you last were awake.
I don't believe that's a name that tickles my brain.
Wouldn't be terribly versed in such things either.
Be that as it may, I have more pressing concerns right now.
Is that so?
I'm extremely hungry.
Then it hits Leo.
Mhm.
Then Leo's reminded, right? The spirits, right? They did mention that. Well, if we can get you out of here, we could work on that situation. But there is a bit of a problem. There is a lot of creatures that are around your grounds. Living sand-like creatures that are causing a bit of trouble down here and above ground a bit.
NAMAK's gonna step out of the coffin now. And I cannot control the token now in case that you.
Yep, that one's on me.
And I imagine there's a bunch of salt and dust that comes off of him as he steps down.
Oh, for sure. Well, not in the blood dust in the coffin with you. Your clothes still pristine, like ancient fashion, though.
And do I see the hourglass that Leo captured one of the things in.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's sitting right in the entryway.
So I'd like to just walk over to it and with like a quick flourish, jam my hand into the hourglass.
But, no, sir, what are you doing? Wait, are you sure that's safe? There's a thing in there.
Not much, just cautiously.
No, I'd like to take what's mine.
All right, yeah. 1 second here. The hourglass is definitely bigger than the one I put on the screen right there. Let me make it bigger. Also red.
Is the hourglass red or is the sand inside red? I don't think.
Just the sand inside itself is red, but I can't change that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this would be rolling Siphon as an attack, but because it's in there, you don't have to roll the attack. You can just roll effectiveness, which for you is a D10. If you want to spend more tag points, you will get more.
I'll spend a second tag point.
All right, so we're looking for 2D10. Just for the record, NAMAK, right now you are at 10 HP.
Mm-hmm.
Five.
You were able to pull up half of that jar into a quarter of the jar because it could have possibly had 20.
Mm.
And I need to know something about the aesthetics of it. You have the tag Siphon, so we know for a fact that NAMAK is siphon for blood specifically. He doesn't siphon other things. Other people can siphon magic. NAMAK siphons blood. Is it a Legacy of Cain Soul Reaver, the first one? And not Soul Reaver, Legacy of Cain Blood Omen. Has anybody else ever played that game?
I haven't heard that name in a while.
The man literally sticks his hand up across a village and can pull people's blood to him.
Crazy stuff.
I imagine it's like that, but only if I'm close.
Close, alright.
Close range.
Blood Omen was a real interesting game. I think people should give it a shot.
And I imagine to the others that like you can see the red being leached out of the sand, and like it's staining the clothes, and then it sinks into the clothes and then disappears.
Uh-huh.
Fascinating. I think this whole ordeal so far, Cash is very unbothered as to what he is witnessing.
And I know these creatures, right?
You know of them? Like, these are not, like, your pets. Like, you would not have named these ones.
Right.
If you would ever condescend to naming a lesser creature.
Right. But like I recognize the type of creature they came from, because I assume they're
Exactly.
slightly different from what I know.
Looking around this room, it becomes obvious to mock what happened. Like, your blood barrels were gotten into. That an empty barrel in the corner should have been full of type A. Like, should have been waiting for you. Sure, if it had dried out, that would have been a different argument. You've been down here quite a while.
Well, I will seek to ask you all to aid me. These creatures that you know here as these weird sand golem mites contain essence that I need.
Well,
All of it originally, I think, belonged to me. I would like to have it back.
Well,
And then like I'll walk forward and be like, "Let us do it now."
oh, jeez.
Please, and a thank you would be nice.
Already leaving the room.
I don't remember putting you in charge.
I don't think we currently have a choice.
In
I don't
any
know about you two. I'm sure that if we don't help him, he'd be more than happy to turn on the two of you. I don't know about myself, but, you know.
in any
Magic.
case, Leo's like, in any
Mhm.
case, we do need these creatures dealt with regardless. So this will help the people up. This will help the people working in the city. So better we just work together now than to argue over what we should or shouldn't do, because we are at the moment our goals align.
That, and we are currently many miles below the surface of the Echo.
Uh,
As you are walking through, like these jars, one of them clearly broken on the ground. Another three are filled with a glowing teal liquid. Viscous, but not like sticky viscous. You know what I mean? I picture it very similar to Slurp from Fortnite, or the stuff that comes out of Amon's eyes when he talks.
I was gonna say, Ammon definitely recognizes that, right?
Ah,
It is definitely that. They look like they are placed not in like a sacred place, almost a
like if it was like a
snack
pantry
bowl is the
Yeah, like
best way to put it.
and one of them got
Refreshments.
this.
It's like the good snacks.
Who stole the snacks from the snack jar?
Not it.
hmm.
What, where did you get
Disappointing.
that?
With the jars?
uh,
Uh,
I
the glowing liquid.
Was NAMAK into soothsaying back in the day?
Yeah.
Then yeah, you would know that your culture divined the fact that magic would be on a pause. It would recede for a certain amount of time. They guessed around 666 years. They were 334 off,
Hmm.
or thereabouts. But this is, they call it the Oracle. No, not the Oracle. I've used Oracle too much. Because it is what Nyx calls herself. Like, there is a group of people from your time, long ago. There were a group of people who collected this from the sands and swore that it revealed the future to them. So, they were using this liquid almost like meteorologists for magic. You know that when they all would light up, you were supposed to be awoken again. If there was enough magic to light all 4 jars, it should have activated your setup. You and your fellow vampires that are in here. I think there were 2 more buried down here with you.
Hmm.
If there was enough magic to light all 4 jars, you should have woken back up.
But
But-
something has stolen the sand.
It's a little bit too long, and something came in and took and literally robbed that jar. It is, I know it's full on the ground. You guys can't see it, but there's a jar on the ground right there. There's no residue around, and it just looks like it has fallen. Not thrown, but somebody took it.
As for your question as where I got these, I simply acquired them because that is what I wanted. They had their use, and unfortunately, their use for me has been foiled.
Uh, Leo looks to the last jar. Is there anything they could glean from it? Like any possible hints as to who or what might have taken this one?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a D20 just raw, but then like if you think you can do anything, it is broken glass on the ground. What you see from a basic look without any roll is it is quite covered in dust and sand. It does not seem to have whatever happened recently.
Mhm.
And there doesn't appear to be any residue inside the jar. That is everything you can get without a roll.
Gotcha. So it's been picked clean, like not even a little bit. A 10.
10, yeah, middle of the road, absolutely. Let's give you a little bit. So, whatever broke this, whatever, you see the top of it is discarded across the room. It's like somebody reached, pulled the lid off, tossed it, dumped it into their bag, and escaped. Like this robbery, and like, it's just a gut feeling for you, Leo. Happened at the time that this was set up.
Looking at this, uh, Namak, is it? As he's trying to get his attention.
Yes.
Looking at the jar and well, the what I'm gleaming from this, it might have been here for like down here on the floor just about as long as everything else here. Whatever happened to take this from you might have happened like maybe like a millennia ago. Like it is far too old for it to be anything even remotely recent. Leo goes to get the lid too just to make sure.
Namak will just he'll sigh and just typical.
Are you when they tell you it's been a millennia, do you register that or do you just let that like bounce off of you?
I don't even acknowledge it.
Love it. And as you are making your way through this place, most of it is undisturbed. You will find a room that was supposed to store food for your servants emptied out. There's not a bit of food left in that. You walk past their servants' chambers, cleared out. Nobody remains here. The walls are so dusty. Some of your hangings that you would specifically had them bring down here, ripped from the walls. Well, maybe not ripped. Like there's no sign of a struggle. Cleanly pulled from the walls and removed.
The state of the place has gone down.
You do find one room, and the smell of blood coming out of that room is incredibly strong.
Let's open it up. Let's see what's in there.
You open it and you see a coffin already opened. Like the figure inside of it mostly just a gelatinous shape.
Ew.
On it is the largest of these sand golems that we have seen, drinking the blood into itself.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
dear.
not good.
In this creature, you see the bones of humanoid-esque. You can't see them very well, but it is using them to make itself arms and spins around and looks at you, and you see the skull press up against the outer, what is it called, the shell, not the
Membrane?
not the
Membrane?
mitochondria, yeah, the membrane, and like goes up to it, and like the mouth of the skull opens and screams. Huge fanged teeth, deep red bones inside, and this thing is launching at you.
Oh, I didn't know they could get worse.
Always assume they can get worse.
I'm gonna roll a d20. Okay, so tough choice. Whoever wants to take it, you can immediately, and it's one of you has to take it.
Mhm.
It is going to do 1d12 to whoever takes it and takes this hit, but you will immediately get to roll 2d20 without spending a tag point and spend any more tag points into it as you want as a counterattack. But somebody is getting bitten by this thing.
Oh. Hmm.
I mean, I'd be down.
I'll get
I
bit.
was gonna say I'll get bit.
Sounds like y'all just gonna have to draw lots at this point.
Man, if only your Sayuri was here and I could jump in front of her.
No. Bad.
Don't think any of you have the self-sacrificing flaw.
Am I really gonna let lesser creatures take a hit for me? Yes, I absolutely would.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's the only correct answer in your case.
Go on, do it then.
So I guess I'm down to take the hit.
For sure. All right, so here it comes. Just one. Doesn't even pierce your skin.
Like a slap.
Now
It tries.
nipples.
So I rolled 2d20.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Unless you want to add any more of your tag points, and that also is fine. I think as it bites down at you, the fangs get in a little bit, but the second the membrane touches your null weave coat, it burns it off a little bit and reacts to it. So you know that if it tries hard, it can bite you. It just doesn't like it.
I would say I would want to use one more, like another for a tag point.
Sure.
Just, that it would be in the dreamer tag. So the moment that it would make contact with it, the shadows, which kind of don't terribly look like natural shadows, more like a bit of cross hatching, would strike it, strike it as soon as it got close after it retreated from almost biting him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So 3.
Go ahead and 3d20.
Godspeed. There
Whoa,
it is.
10, 2, and 1.
Ouch.
Leo, you have another one that you can avoid because you did one for yourself and you're senior, so you can do another one.
Oh, okay.
Do you have a way that you think Leo could pull this out? Because here's what I think is going to happen. As you try to send your shadow after it, and was that like a whipping attack, you think?
I think it would be like I said, it's the way that it would figure that the quote-unquote shadow falls on him. It falls a little tiny bit like cross-hatching. So the moment that it would get close, the cross-hatching would basically spear out, ink strikes.
So what it's gonna try to do is reach out and grab it with its like red bone hand and pull you and your shadow inside. that is what it's gonna try to do.
Nice.
But
Leo can't, like, if Leo doesn't do anything, that's what it does do.
right, but I can ignore that 1 and give, and so it'll be a 10 instead.
So
right?
it'll be a 10, yeah.
Gotcha. So, what Leo will do to assist Cash's shadow is get somebody, leaning into some of that spiritual shenanigans. His wisp will leap out from him to assist with the shadow, and basically aim towards the hand that is reaching out to strike at to grab the spear. So that in order to prevent Cash from being pulled in, Leo's own wisp will attack the bony red hand. As the group around here just starts hearing like a very light but like constant give up. But that give up is aimed towards the creature specifically.
For sure. All right, Cash, roll me a d10.
Huh.
Ooh, 8.
8, absolutely. You smash into this with your shadow, and you see the it is the most, is it called, are they called squips when you like shoot somebody in a movie with squibs? Like, this is the most squib filled room you've ever seen. Like, as soon as you hit that, it flies against the wall, and with a massive blood splatter, if you look closely, you realize it is just grains of sand and not a splatter. But it does look like fluid sand. And a bit of it... 8 HP of it, to be exact. 8/50ths of it is now on the wall. And sliding down, like, and starting to like recoagulate and start moving. I think the hand is in there. The hand that went after you.
Absolutely vile creature.
That's what I was trying to say.
I did not believe you, but you said how could they get worse? This is how worse.
All right. So this thing has 42 HP worth of blood left in it for you. The one on the wall has 8. It has the skeleton of, I don't know if you were close to them, but they were a similar rank, probably a cousin of yours, is inside this sandy gelatinous goo.
I detest these creatures. I'd like to sling my rope dart at the one on the wall.
Absolutely. Are you using like this with siphon? Is that the...
Yeah, I want to basically pierce it and siphon it through the rope dart. And I'd like to imagine that my range of my siphon is however long my rope dart is.
Okay, and we could definitely just like make that conditional. Either they have to touch you or they have to have the rope dart in them.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So yeah, go ahead and give me that. Are we thinking 2d20 or do you want extra damage or extra accuracy? Or are you gonna use both?
Let's do both.
Alright, so which tag? So we know that this whole place has the tag hypoglycemic?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't feel like the right word.
No.
Hypoglycemic's the wrong word.
Hypochondriac.
Hypochondria. No?
We talk about hemophilia.
Hemophilic, yeah.
It is.
No. Is it?
If you are here, you are either it's anticoagulated or
Hemorrhaging?
hemophilic. You, yeah, you will bleed a lot if you get cut.
Okay.
Except for maybe not you. Yeah, if you get cut, don't get cut.
I'll suck it back in. That's fine.
Warp it back in.
All right. So what am I rolling here, Alan?
If you want to do, you can take the siphon, gives you an extra d20,
Mm-hmm.
and then you could use a cultist or rogue. Both of those can. The rogue definitely the way like you're throwing this, as long as you're throwing it like. When you say rogue, do you mean rogue like spy like sneak attack, all of that, or do you mean roguishly handsome?
Is there a difference?
Okay, good. Well, I'll just using rogue the same way then. You could. I think any of your tags would work in this situation that you want. So if you wanted to use 2 tags, one for if you want to use rogue for accuracy and siphon for extra damage, absolutely. 2d20,
Yeah, I'll do that.
2d10.
All right.
Yeah, 13 and a 17 will do it. Then we got 2d10. So 13. This thing shrinks down by 13 HP. It originally had 42, so now it's at 29. NAMAK, these things are weak to being siphoned. That is the number one weakness, is the way you kill them permanently. And you regain 13 HP.
Delicious.
So if NAMAK attacks them, they get properly damaged. We can only separate them. Okay, everyone else, let's work towards controlling them and incapacitating them. It's not something we seem to be able to kill, but he can. So the easier we make it for him, the easier this gets for all of us.
The rabbit speaks true.
Sir, yes, sir.
Sounds like a plan.
So you have the large one with the skull and the rest of the body just kind of floating like almost jello-y. But again, it only looks like blood. The fact that it's very opaque shows you the fact that it is sand. Once in a while a bone will poke through, but you can't see where the bones are underneath.
I would like to draw a tarot card.
For sure.
Now, do you want me to just like, 1d22 for the major arcana?
Yeah, absolutely. And then just feel free to RP what happens when you pull that card out.
Ooh. So, Ammon, with the dual disc that he got from Hephaestus, pulls tarot card out, flourish, eyes dripping with the teal goop, throwing it down, and it is 19 the sun. And I would actually like to apply the flaw to the living sand, which is pessimism.
The sand is hopeless.
Uh-huh.
We have depressed sand. Okay.
Yep.
I mean, considering how quickly it got drained in like a few seconds flat, yeah, that'd make me sad too.
just the saddest sand.
Skull just turns upside down, going.
Starts resigning itself to its fate. Okay.
I guess this is how I die again.
I think flavor wise is going to be very reminiscent of Scintillate, and he to apply the card, he just like removes it from the disk drive and throws it into the sand.
I think, yeah, it hits it, and you start seeing the sand isn't moving quite as quickly over itself. It's churning and it's honestly looking for an attack, but it's like less about it right now. You see grabbed in a bony hand inside the sand. You can see it's clutching a dagger, like a Chris, like one of those super wavy daggers. Is looking for an attack, like currently, but it doesn't feel too like confidently in it. It is gonna make an attack, but I'm gonna do 2d20 in the lower because you all can see it coming. This is a stab attack again at Cash. Cash, you have a tough choice to make. This is going to either stab you, and it will cause you to bleed. It will do 1d6 damage, but you will then take that much damage again in bleeding immediately. And then every turn you will take that number of damage. But you will be able to hold it steady. You could bind it in your margins right then, so that it could not move, to allow Leo or NAMAK to finish it off, to like figure out how they would stop it. But again, you would be stabbed and you would be bleeding.
Okay.
Or you could just straight up dodge it. The other choice is just you dodge and you have to make a raw attack. Or like you get to do whatever you would do on your turn, just without the advantage of it not missing.
I think he would take the hit, but in the reaction of binding it, could I invoke my flaw?
Yeah, sure. What's your flaw?
Notorious.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can try to hold it still by like being the bigger monster.
Being the bigger monster, and as he is getting striked with the dagger, he's just goes from everything like relatively calm to one half of his face is covered in dark inky blackness, the other half looking very familiar to at least two of the people in this room. But he's enough, and instead of it looking like crosshatched daggers, his shadow coagulates together itself and then basically threads itself out like musculature and veins to keep this thing in place.
All right, roll your 2d20 and take the lower though.
Neat.
Oof. That's a little lower. It's a 2 and a 10, everybody.
Disappointing.
Okay, this is okay. So it's gonna stab you for its 2d6. I'm sorry, 1d6. All right, so you take 2, but then you take another 2. Every time Cash moves, that is not a move that healed the bleeding, Cash, you are taking 2 damage. It got you, I'm going to say like near the hip. It was trying for your ribs, but you did manage to get away from it enough that it just catches you right below the ribs. And as like as your shadow is trying to move against it, like this thing opens its mouth so wide and the sand is like pouring into it, and then another arm, no, not arm, I think a leg bursts out of it where it could not possibly kick you if it was humanoid, but the fact that it is only using these bones as weapons, like, kicks your shadow. And it is going to cover you a little bit from your shins up to your like thighs. You are in this deep sand, this deep, wet, uncomfortably warm sand, as it is trying to hold you in place. As it is, you're dripping blood into it, and it loves your blood. Loves it.
That gourmet shit, right?
It for the 4 damage that you have taken, it has grown 8 HP worth of health back.
But is he at least able to hold it in place?
Oh no, like the two failed you on that one. It's holding you in place. And Leo, you see Cash being bound by tightly packed sand.
Mm.
You see this other sand creature walking like the thing, honestly, across the thing. It is running on its fingertips. It is about to lunge out and try for Ammon's throat, is what it's doing. If that thing gets its full successful attack, it will be wrapped around Amon's throat. It hasn't made the attack yet. It will go right after you go. But he has every chance of not dealing with that if it rolls bad.
Mhm,
Cash is in a situation with the big one.
mhm, mhm. Okay. With both of these little creatures causing a bit of a ruckus, Leah's going to try to channel some of that spiritualist energy and channel anger into a loud shout to push the creatures away.
Absolutely. This is definitely, you can use leader for sure. You could use spiritualist. You could use brave.
I will say spiritualist is being used for sure to channel that anger. And I'm going to put leader onto this one to him aiming to protect his crew. It's the focus for the leadership. And it'll be I think 3d20?
Yeah, 3d20. If there's a single one, just a 1-1, I will say we can ignore it.
Understood. I got a 13.
So yeah, lesser success. You can fully peel the one off of Cash, or you could stun it. You could stun them both, or remove the one from Cash. You still have damage to roll though. You will do 1d10 here.
Okay.
We do know, just a little bit of metagaming, we know that this thing has 8 HP.
Mm-hmm.
So if you roll 8 or higher,
This one's gone.
that one's gone and you don't have to worry about it. And you will already do 8 to this one and it'll stun it. And then you can peel it off of it. Cash.
Yeah, I'm going to try to stun them if need be. Give Cash time to try to get out while making sure Amon doesn't get attacked either. So I'll aim for the stun. And you said and it's roll a 1d what?
1d10.
1d10. Hey.
That one leaping, just so I can know, is it was gonna roll 2d20 against.
It was gonna.
Okay, it would have hit you, but not. It wouldn't have been the greatest thing. But it just becomes dust in the wind, basically flying past. Oh. All right, it goes over here and just becomes 8 little 1 HP things that don't actually get saves in anything.
They're just there. Look at those little guys.
Those are little treats for later.
Namoxi,
Snackies.
right? Namoxi's here like, all right, snacks.
Nick.
I see. So that's Namox's version of the popcorn. Understood.
Licking fingers. Right, so Cash, Namak, and Ammon. This creature is stunned. You see the skull every once in a while comes to the surface. Have you guys ever seen when sand is put on a certain frequency so you can just reach your hand in it and it's almost basic? It's like water.
Mhm.
But that
Oh,
is how
cool.
I'm picturing this thing moving.
Water and water and water, water.
Like you can see the bones of this creature that was in the coffin before it are floating to the top doing it. This is a full stun thing, so you all can get successful attacks on it. It cannot fight back. Like Cash, now that it is stunned, you are able to basically just walk your legs out of it. It's like taking a step out of the tide, out of the water. But the second you're out, all of the weight is off of you. You are not wet like you would be from the water. You are not covered in blood.
Except his own.
Except for your own, yes. Except for the blood that you are bleeding.
Because I think he'd step out of it and lean against the wall. Try and be.
You have been stabbed by a blade that is designed to draw blood. It's what makes it so much worse. And this place is designed for your blood to spill. You're bleeding so freely. Don't worry, it's no more than the 4 damage, but in the amount of time, 4 damage is a lot. And it is just like pouring down your side.
I think instead of attacking, I'd spend a skill point for Doctor to heal himself.
All right, yeah, give me 2d20. Tell me what it's looking like. How are you doctoring yourself?
Not well.
Oh, you guys all see that 16? That's a wonderful 16. The other one's a 1.
I think in his case, something that he should know, it's a moment of either extreme pain or even though it's like, as you said, 4, it's enough to probably get him a little shaky so he doesn't know exactly what he's doing. So whatever he was attempting to do just falls back into his like shadow. Or yeah.
Absolutely. I think roll me a d6. I think this changes the severe. Yeah, like you lose 6 HP amount of blood. It is 3 times worse than you thought. Like being like in it might have been holding the pressure, you know.
Yeah.
And we see it, everybody. There is a massive pool of blood forming underneath Cash, and it is pumping out at a speed that Cash, as a doctor, because they rolled a 1 on it, cannot heal themselves. It is an angle, it is a place. The damage is in such a way. This creature is vibrating with the excitement for it. If you give this creature another chance, it is going to lap up all of that blood and be a real problem. Now, Namak. I'm just saying that's a very like it might be below you. It looks like a synthetic blood. It doesn't it doesn't have the same smell, you know? It looks like it's twice the calories, like half the flavor. It'll get you
Fake
real
blood.
full real fast.
So those empty calories. I'd like to do what I did with the blood in the hourglass, but with this guy right here. And just
Yeah.
like shove my hand into it, trying to grab the skull and siphon at the same time.
I would give you you could use I think you would use all of your tags if you wanted to. Like all of them work in this situation if you want to roll 4d20 or no, it's a full attack. Roll me 3d12.
Yeah, if it helps, it's stunned already.
Oh yeah, 4d12. You can do that much damage to it.
Okay.
Yeah, we were just looking for 23.
Ooh, 29. Good lord.
So yeah, you pull all like you tell us what it looks like. You are able to consume this creature entirely. All of
So-
the go ahead.
It's vibrating as if it wants to drain the blood of Cash over here. And I just step up and I reach both of my hands into its form and grasp the skull. And I just threw, like, with a dull rage, just go, "This does not belong to you." And then I just rip it out, and like all the blood comes with it. And it like splatters my entire body, and then it just gets sucked into me.
Nika, I'm sorry, I don't want to use these words. Nika says, "Make a sucking sound." Alright, we're gonna put that on a card. Everybody will be happy. I'm just so glad you didn't go because that could have been like what you did, and you didn't though.
Let's turn my fucking headphones down.
Just the worst.
Raised.
We play a game.
We play a game.
One of the games of all time.
NAMAK, you are standing there. Your HP has returned to full now. It's like you are you're missing. I think you're missing 8 HP. No, you're fine. The ones on the wall are still over there, but we'll deal with those guys later.
I'm gonna
Reveling in
set
it.
the skull down into the coffin.
Oh, that was actually my next question.
Aw.
I'll be like, "You can rest now, cousin. I will take care of things." Then I'm gonna turn to Cash.
Cash, how you feeling? You're losing a lot of blood, and it's pouring out of you quick.
Definitely feeling things. Not happy
Like-
things, but definitely feeling things.
I can help
Can-
you,
Hell,
but you
help
won't
in
like
what
it.
way? Buddy, there's a lot of things in this world that I've grown to not like, and yet I'm still here.
Very well. I'd like to put sand in Cash's wound, or not sand, salt.
Absolutely. Some occultist healing, it seems like.
Mm-hmm. Because
Leo
salt
seemed-
can actually help stop bleeding.
I was literally gonna do the same thing with the cultist. That's so funny.
Well, Leo's going to give Cash the spear to bite on the handle because it's probably gonna fucking hurt. You might.
Ammon, do you know the ritual that NAMAK is doing? Do you recognize that he has like an ancient version of the healing that you are offering?
I think this might be a ritual he's observed before, but I think it was more something his sister and like mother did a lot more than he did. But I think it was something that he was taught, he's just not really used before.
Absolutely. If you want to use a tag point, if you want to use a cult, you can definitely help him in this.
Fuck it, yeah.
If he would let you, like.
I will allow this.
So yeah, I think that NAMAK, you could get 3d20 from this at a cost of one of your tag points and one of Ammon's.
Okay.
Okay, we dodged it.
Ooh, 17.
That 17, like, what is okay? So now that we know it's going to work, you're going to cure it. Cash, you are going to take another 6 damage while they work on this. Like, that is just how much you have to lose for it. But Ammon and NAMAK, walk me through how you are healing Cash, and Cash, how you are feeling about it.
I'll let them get to how they're doing it first.
I imagine that not so much as healing, but as stopping the bleeding, and creating a like temporary, almost skin.
That's kind of the vibe that I had for what Amon would do too, on the sense of like channeling his magic through the sand and like interweaving the salt into like into like yeah, the second sin is the best way to put it, like a patch.
And unfortunately, it's salt, so it's gonna make all of your blood vessels in the area constrict painfully.
So once the salt hits the wound, Cash has one hand on Leo's shoulder because this is about to hurt. Has the wooden part of the spear in his mouth, and the moment that it actually hits the wound, Leo unfortunately actually feels his claws in his shoulder, and his shadow is on the ground. Have you ever seen that ink that when you introduce a magnet to it, that it like spikes out and freaks out?
Oh yes, ferrofluid.
Yes, it reacts like that. And when the two of them are done and he's let go of Leo and the spear, he just looks at them like a betrayed cat being
Good.
taken home from the vet. This will do for now.
It's good to
Can we get the
see
fuck out of here, please?
you're more sturdy than people used to be. Good, good, good.
Can I spend an occultist point to pull a specific tarot card out to help with Cash?
Oh,
I think if you want to pull specific ones, it's got to cost at least 3.
I can do that.
All right, just for future. But yeah, absolutely. What you got for Cash?
Oh, sorry, that was hard math for me to do. I was like, oh god, 7 minus 3, what is that? Oh god.
Me too, man. Me too.
I'm pulling out the star in its upright position, which is healing, and just kind of like a place the card over the wound just to like soothe it so that it's not like a stinging sensation anymore, almost like numbing it probably and soothing it.
Already feels better.
So yeah, absolutely. That is then from this room, there are still little slimes on the wall that are looking to consume blood. As you walk through, as Cash heals back up, not as like, but the rest of this place has mostly been cleaned out, abandoned for hundreds of years. Like, if you touch the furniture that's not made of stone, and even some of it that is made of stone, it just collapses from the the dry air of this place. Whatever this once was fantastic, but has clearly been abandoned, looted at least once.
Depressing.
And yeah, there's the blood slimes down here, but I don't know if you all believe you need to kill them. They just are. They are creatures. They are sanguine golems, and
I
they
will.
exist.
I will delete them if I can, because they are detestable creatures now in my eyes. Before they had a use, now they are disgusting.
Oh, then for sure. Like right outside, this is where we found the large pool of them. They are moving around. They can certainly sense the blood. I know you had to clean. We already cleaned it up, but they still smell something on Cash that is very interesting to them. And now that NAMAK has consumed, he also smells of blood.
Well, these things are a lot more active now.
Nasty things.
I would like to state that I will be putting an end to these creatures. You are free to join me.
At least in my case, I appreciate the invitation, but you'd understand if I declined.
Yes, of course. I know the lesser creatures have trouble after encounters that are dangerous.
I will do my best.
A dog, a cat, and a rabbit.
Dog.
A dog, a
Dog.
cat, and a rabbit walk into a vampire's chambers.
Dog.
Weird dog.
Leo will also assist with, these creatures because considering they looking at Cash with interest, that is a bit dangerous. Let's try to keep Catman out of trouble.
Always appreciate it.
All right. They have 3 tags. I can tell you them because you've seen them. They are amorphous. They are bloody, and they are magical. They have the flaw, and it's just like I just said flaw 2 siphon. I don't know what a good word that means you get sucked easy is, and like right? We all understand the problem I'm having.
That just hit me like lemon juice to the brain. What the fuck?
Just so goddamn suckable.
Slurpable.
Just lollipop is what I should call them.
Uh-huh.
The big gulps up in here.
That was a mind spike, Alan. Thank you.
Drinkable,
Capri Sunable.
Good lord.
But yeah, you see there are 5 of them. They were pointed out to you earlier, so it's not like you need to learn how to see them. They are writhing. It looks like little bubbles are coming up from underneath them, but that is just how they start to move. They are currently in the sand lighter than water kind of mode, and they are slinking around. They would be camouflage, except for you know how to look for red sand. They are going to be aimed for Cash and NAMAK, as those 2 are the 2 with blood on them. But you guys get the first go. Also, they all have 10 HP.
Rope dart to the brain. They don't have brains, but where I think they are.
Ammon, do they have like a core in them? Like, is there like a gelatinous mass that is their brain? Or are they all just sentient sand and the only way to kill them is siphon?
Okay, so you know what a siphenophore is?
No?
Okay, so it's like a oh god, hold on. Man, I wish Nox was here.
I don't know what you said, but I tried to spell it and it just came up Singapore, and I turned
No.
out I don't know what Singapore is.
So they're kind of sea creature like jellyfish adjacent, but it appears to be an individual organism, but each each specimen is like a colony of organisms inside of it. So it's like a bunch of it's like a living hive mind.
Okay. Are you pitching, and I just gotta make sure I'm getting it right, that each grain of sand is its own person? Like each. Like,
Theoretically plausible.
then yes, this is exactly the vibe. That yes, that creature, all of those creatures are every single grain of sand is in itself its own creature. But it takes like a mass for them to become more useful. Like to do anything, one grain of sand isn't enough. Even two would like they have to get up into these numbers before they are. Which makes them terrifying, which does make the only way to kill them is to drain them completely of either blood or magic.
Yeah, that sounds pleasantly horrific to me.
Guess I'm thirsty.
The team that doesn't bring null metal.
I got the
Except
no
for
metal
Cash.
tattoo.
I mean, just wave his jacket at it.
I'm definitely not saying that all of the sands are hive mind, but definitely these sands from Sanguine do have that. There is sand that is a hive mind creature. I guess they share the elementalist tag then.
And
Bloody
like
might can
hive
take care
mind
of it.
might not be the correct word for it, but it's like a colony of bacteria that is just like got together,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean.
It's like they do what they do. They're not looking to protect each other, but they're forming little cultures, colonies themselves. Like you
Yeah.
know, like this one identifies itself as Steve, and this one identifies itself as Paul. Like they can talk to each other to a degree, but really, it's just. But if you cut off part of Paul and put it into Steve, it'll figure out what to do.
Eve.
You become Peeve, or you become Paul - Steve.
Polv.
I think we all need to
Paul with a
agree.
PH is bad.
We all need to agree that Pearl does not need this as a pet, right?
Absolutely not.
Now you're introducing, are these endangered creatures?
There
Well,
will be
they're
when
soon
Mock
going to
Club
be
is in-
extinct.
It was fucking the same line there.
Let's just move that little endangered marker a little bit more to the left.
Now, I wouldn't call them. My immediate thought was more of an invasive species.
Absolutely. You
Yeah,
gotta get rid of these lantern flies.
because you said that these were like effectively like pets.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
were
At one
Once
point in
upon a
time, these.
time.
So yeah, if they're not from here, yeah, they are for sure and for true an invasive species in the area.
All right, everybody, let's do some environmentalism.
Oh boy.
Cock shotgun.
Though now this makes me wonder what eats these things. That isn't NAMAK.
That's probably why they're
Oh,
able
God,
to
you don't
live.
want to know.
You know, I'm picturing back when these were originally like different, that they were just sort of like sponges that you just grab, be like, a snack, then suck it out, then put it back on the ground, be like,
I
go,
was
find me
literally
more.
thinking that. That is
is
how I was
fucking
picturing
great.
that.
They're just like little moving, like squiggling around, like
They're blood
sand
Roombas that we drink
sponges.
from.
After a long day at work, you throw one down, sit in your throne, and put your feet in it, and just slowly drain.
And then you just toss it on the floor, and it just kind of just like squidges away, going back to what it was doing.
Shame,
Mobile
I
snack
got to put
packs.
them down. Anyway, let's
All right.
slash in dice.
Murder in time.
So yeah, what's your starting off attack look like? Are you now that you are full? Do you still use the same attack to kill them, or do you have something else?
I mean, I'm gonna walk forward because I'm full of myself now.
That is true.
Literally.
The ego in this fucking guy.
And I'm just gonna,
I don't want to hear it, Ammon.
spin the rope dart around and just start fucking hitting things.
One second. Can you roll me conceited?
Oh, sure.
Oh my god!
2d20, take the lower.
He's still depressed.
Nice.
What? You're so full of yourself, and you know you've got this. Walk right into the whole group of them, spinning your rope dart.
Did we make the vampire depressed?
No. His flaw is the fact that he's conceited. That he believes that he can get himself through this no problem.
This guy is
The
gonna
problem being,
trigger my flaw.
he gets slurped up by the sand behind him. It's like, roll me 1d4, because I know we said that we don't roll them often. How many of them did you get before you were eaten? Alright, crew. Your new friend.
Friend's a little stretch.
His helmeted face keeps appearing through it, and she's just like, I got this. Right where I want him.
I will take this foul beast with me.
Leo-
Gurgle.
Do we
Leo
have
just
to-
slaps his own forehead. We should.
It only did 4 damage to you, though.
Come on.
Alright.
Think about it. How much blood has it taken? What if they get all that back? I don't think you want to see that. I don't think you want to see that either.
No.
So come on.
You think if we save him, he'll give me the glowing jars?
Frankly, he'll
Considering
probably
that he keeps referring to us as lesser beings, no, probably not.
no, and I'm sure he's probably expecting us to help him at this point, and unfortunately, we have to because this is gonna be a problem. So come on.
How dare we be the good guys? Mom pulls a tarot card.
The slime's moving as they're actively having this conversation.
The slime's chewing. It's just
Let-
they chew the same way that like a chicken stomach full of rocks.
Yeah.
In here, there's just bigger rocks that every once clang on your face.
Gotta love how gizzards work. I think, but before those two do it, can I just sit down for a moment? Just give me a second. It may have been soothed, but shit still kind of hurts. Give me a second.
Oh, what an interesting card. How do I use this? Hold on.
What did you get?
If we
number
didn't have
3.
so many plans for NAMAK in the story, and Nika didn't spend so much time drawing, I would fucking kill this guy right here. I need you guys to know that, if this was a home game where we didn't spend hours talking about who this was, and you guys just met him, I would have fucking murdered him for that one on his roll.
Honestly, that would have been
That was
hearing
fucking
is
amazing.
the funniest shit. But God, no, please.
Curses!
Look at all of this plot development we're doing. Squish.
They just bring it one of them just brings up the helmet. They're like, what did y'all do? Don't worry about it. Just some weird guy don't worry about it.
We found this cool helmet.
we
No
found this cool
living
helmet and these-
things down there. It's
Yeah, nothing
crazy.
died.
To be fair, he was already dead, right? I mean, undead. Is he really alive?
Oh, you're just keeping the helmet? Ammon puts it on. This is the way.
That was above the ears.
Ammon put the helmet on. This guy had such an ego.
You can't. I've never met someone with an ego like that. Fuck.
Mhm.
All right, add to the
Oh.
list of things that are as jokes that are underneath the mask. Just Ammon.
Just a man.
It's just a mirror.
I'm just a mon. But I pulled the Empress, which I have written nature and abundance or insecurity.
You can make slime insecure.
All right. It ain't a big
Oh
old pile
man,
of blood. What about its
insecure.
food?
God, I'm gonna throw insecure on it. It's eating too much. You know, fucking. Oh god, I don't want to fat shame a fucking slime, but this is where we are.
If you want to like just throw the nature and abundance out there as just like you have the card, you have the Empress in your hand, and you throw it like scintillate, like when you make your roll, it could be a very funny attack if you roll high.
I actually an explosion of nature could be fun. Yeah, let's do that. I'll throw the card out like a scintillate with the nature and abundance tag.
So you already get 2d20 because you spent your point on like the card. So go ahead and roll me 2d20. So I'm gonna give you a tough choice. Once I can find the correct token. It's always very important. So the scintillate, and so the card hits, crushes right into it, and then you just hear the sound of what is most certainly a landslide or possibly like a rock fall, as this massive rock comes falling out of the ceiling and out of the roof of the cave to crash down on this slime. The slime right now has it ate those 3. It was a big one, so it has another 50 HP. You are going like this rock is going to do 4d12 to it. You get to make that roll. Now, it either hits it a little bit, where it takes half of the 4d12, or it hits it a lot, and it takes the full 4d12, and NAMAK takes half of that as damage.
The amount of PTSD you are putting on a mod right now is amazing.
Come on, man, do it.
Do it. Might be funny.
You hate me already, right?
I don't feel for you in one way or the other. He called you a dog of mine.
See, Alan, I don't know if you've read the backstory I gave you, but this falls under that. Like this event happening is the event, like similar to a similar event to Ammon.
The incident.
Yeah.
So I feel like with his, I feel like he kind of freezes up here and just lets it hit the whole thing and just like doesn't know what to do. I feel like this is an insecurity moment. Like he just completely freezes up.
Full damage.
All right, 4d12, and just because, Leo or Cash, you guys could make moves to like help NAMAK in there if you wanted to. You see the boulder falling. You both have time to make a single like action if you want, knowing full well that you could make it worse.
We could hit NAMAK harder with the rock. But 33 damage. Ooh, chunky.
All right, do we round up or down? Yeah, up. 17, NAMAK. As what a part of you got hit as like this thing splattered?
My body.
Oh yeah.
like what? Considering how big that rock is compared to the NAMAK, like what part hits him? Yes.
Just got a
I'm bench
dent in the
pressing this
armor.
rock right now.
Ooh. That's a lot of little slimes. That's a lot of little slimes. Yeah, man. Oh.
Please, God, not again.
You hear the splurt as they all squeeze out from underneath the rock, and you hear the crunch that is a rock hitting Namak's armor. And the armor's holding up really well. The weight's pretty bad on you though,
Yeah.
as there's definitely some blood seeping through the cracks.
Nothing like getting a workout the first thing out of the out of the slumber.
You gotta work out all them calories. A 6.
A 6. These guys are trying to run. They are wild creatures, but they know when they are bested. They are making for the caves.
Leo is going to get this boulder out of the way with not him, with just physically, because he ain't got the strength for that. But little magic could help. Channeling some more of magical energy, because there's no way he can push this physically. He is going to, push this rock off of poor NAMAK over here.
Yeah,
Who is-
absolutely.
Who is currently being squeezed like an orange.
Really is. If he doesn't get this, like every turn he's under this, he's got to roll 2d12 and take that much damage.
A blood press?
Get all that juice. Anyhow.
I would prefer not turning into wine.
What's your tactic looking like to get it off it? Are you like enchanting your spear and smacking it? Are you shouting at it again? What's it look like?
Let's see. He's gonna channel energy into himself and the spear, channel that spiritual energy for more, bring out the joyful energy to really give himself some, I guess, some pep in his step as he attempts to swing at it like you would like a bat with a ball.
Oh, absolutely. Give me 2d20 for that. Yeah, 15 for sure. You hit it off of him, and it does the sound is actually the cracking of a bat at a big league game style. Like,
Well,
goes
not in that
flying,
direction.
it's like hits the wall, like
Just traded to cash.
bounces
Right?
around.
Not
But
again.
it is gone.
Leo's in high spirits. Ooh, that was a good hit.
I'd like to stand up and dust myself off.
Still in one piece. Ish.
Let us not speak of this.
So, since Cash hasn't had to do much during this, I'd like to deal with the blood slabs.
Yeah, what you got?
Can I do 2 tags?
Yeah, sure.
again? Dreamer and his flaw, which I completely just blanked on it again. Notorious, where the shadow at his feet will follow, chase after them.
If you
Pretty
use
much.
if you use your flaw, you take away the benefit that you would get
Oh, okay.
from a
So
tag.
no flaw then. Okay, I forgot that was the case.
It's no problem. We're all
Okay,
getting
then yeah, it would
really used to it.
He would be using Dreamer, and it would be his shadow at his feet would sort of would follow after it. Like, if you've ever seen any those when you get people used to writing with like pencils, that you have to follow the line. That it would follow after them in a really like straight, jagged line, and then basically like once it gets close to them, it would spike. It would basically just grab them and contain them, kind of binding them all together.
Yeah, sure. They all like each one of them only has 5 HP, so they are significantly weaker versions because they all got splattered. But there are 10 of them. So go ahead and make roll me 2d20. Okay, so a tough choice. All right. Your tough choice is you can roll a d10 and cut it in half. No, not d10. You can roll a d20 and half whatever number you roll. That's how many of the slimes you get. Or you could roll a d8 and get that full amount. You can either kill up to 8 of them or up to 10 of them.
Feel like gambling. Let's do the 20.
All right. What's just for me? Do we actually for everybody, but mostly me in this situation?
Mhm.
What is the difference between the one that would have looked like a D8, like the more like specific one, and the spread out one? Is there a difference in what it looks like?
It would be more of it would look, the one that was more together, the line that was following after them would look a lot like muscle fibers, so really tightly wound, chasing after them. But the one that isn't, it's more of like, have you ever like seen frayed embroidery
Oh yeah, okay.
floss? It kind of, it's not as tight, and it still is like frayed. Still, best way to describe it, like loose muscle fibers.
All right, yeah, absolutely. Give me that D20 and we'll cut it in half. All right, 6 is still a good number. All right, NAMAK. Oh, sorry. As you, what is the? You're holding them in place, right? You're like you. All right. So these two are making for the door. NAMAK, you can get back to your feet. They have cost you 17 of your hit points. There is a pile of them. There are 8 of them. Sorry, 6 of them locked into place right here. 4 are trying to make it for the creases. Like they're literally trying to escape.
Okay. Can I pull my incense burner off my waist?
Oh, absolutely.
And I'd like to start spraying some incense on them.
Right, what does this incense do in this situation?
Well, considering that they're mostly blood, I'd like to constrict them.
All right. Is this, and just me asking because NAMAK does not seem like the kind of person that asks before he does. Has this been tested on people? Like this, was this going to affect anybody else's blood, or is that only if you roll low?
Define people.
Well, you know, the servant class.
It's probably not good for them, no.
Oh, okay, just making sure.
But I imagine I'm using a occultist tag for this.
Absolutely, occultist. Your diffuser will have a tag for this. I don't know if it's diffuser. It might just be area.
Yeah.
So you could use a tag point from there as well. if you wanted to do 3d20. This will paralyze them, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Like a 20, they are basically statues.
All right, sure, I'll do this. Yeah, this is fun.
And if a Reaping Cell was still up, we would have been in a little bit of trouble. But 17, 19, and a 2. But I love it. So the area is it salty?
Yes.
The diffuser.
Tons of salt.
Tons of salt, like just in the air, and you all feel it. But Cash, Ammon, and Leo, you guys have enough time to realize what's going on and cover your faces. A rebreather probably wouldn't be the best, but like, just basically covering your face with your handkerchief or your coat or whatever you have to do it. Like you have enough time. It feels like you are getting gout all through your body.
Nah.
Like the salt in your blood is beginning to crystallize, and it hurts. Like everything you do hurts to do, and you see these slimes are just, you can see physically. Have you guys ever gotten those weird toys as a kid where you put a bunch of powder in the water and these crystals grow under the water? That is happening on a massive scale to slimes made of blood. Ammon, once you're done, this is your version of rock candy, I think.
So that's how you make rock candy in this world. Fair enough.
Making a delicious snack for later.
Leo covering his like nose and mouth with the shawl. Does it have to be so such a volatile process?
For this, yes it does.
Noted.
Leo, the sense of hunger down here that you felt, both of them have been satiated.
Uh-huh.
Or one is just gone.
Yeah, I'm about to say these things aren't hungry anymore. They're just dead.
Dead.
But that means the creatures that were attacking the folks working here are not there anymore. So technically, mission accomplished. Bit of a roundabout way we got to it, but hey, we're done. I believe it would be in our best interest, pointing to Cash and Ammon, because clearly this ain't bothering NAMAK, to get away from all this dust as soon as we can. Yes?
That would be lovely.
So, let's help Cash out of here. He's gonna need assistance getting up and out.
I think at that, Ammon kind of snaps back in his own head a little bit after the traumatic event and just shakes that off. Just like, right.
Good work, everyone, on dealing with all this. It'll be nice to know that this place will be safe for the restoration efforts. Let's report to Foreman Borks and appraise them of the situation.
Yeah, you guys can find the rope up. This slime is the one that snuck up behind you, so. Like, you see, for the first time, natural, in a very long time, natural sunlight, NAMAK. It's coming up from that hole above you.
Huh. It's gotten quite dirty.
I think it's safe to say a lot has happened since your sleep, and there might be quite a bit for you to learn once you get up out of there.
I would like to see my castle.
If it's what I think it is, we'll just need to climb up out of there, out of this cavern, and you'll see what has become of it, I guess.
Yes, I suppose it's best to brace oneself.
I almost
Uh-huh.
forgot about my favorite token.
It's the last century. There's been the last century. There's been a storm that has been ravaging this side of the world for rather ceaselessly, actually, for about a century before it's finally stopped. Your
It's fine.
castle-
Save your words. I will observe it with my eyes.
Fair enough.
Can't say we didn't try to give you ample warning.
As you get out of the hole and make your way out of the castle, you are struck by just the sight of it's incredibly bright, and all of the sand crystals are blindingly white or like dullish tan, but they are so just desaturated.
So I got the sand blinders on.
Like that's very good that you have the sand blinders on, because it is ridiculous up here. You see many workers just sitting around. They are not working because they told you they wouldn't while you guys were down there.
That makes sense. And good, because the last thing we needed for something to happen, and then boom, cave in.
Borkson sees you all coming, and he just like blows the whistle. It's, all right, off your butts, lazy bums. We need to get this finished. He's like, okay, everything good down there? Find out this place isn't cursed? There's another person. And he's just like, he drops his clipboard and like bows to NAMAK.
Hmm.
Nobody else is. It is just this dog guy.
Probably
Um,
a descendant or something.
I'm gonna give him a pat on the head.
Aw, he's a good boy.
We're trying to restore it to its grandeur, my liege. I didn't know if you would ever wake.
It's a curious problem that
He's just like, we heard, like some of the thralls. Not a lot of us made it. It's been a long time. Just in my line, there's reported treachery, a story passed down that you were betrayed. But I always believed that one day you would wake up.
I don't know if this castle has a place anymore in this new age.
He sighs and looks at it. It is rather shabby. But the world has moved on. And he's just like, but like, I'll still serve you. And like, he puts on like a butler style bow tie. He's very eager to serve.
Is his tail wagging?
Absolutely.
Aw.
Like everybody else is just like, what the hell? But to you, it's like a living legend just walked out of this place. Like something his grandfather told him about, and his grandfather's grandfather told his grandfather about,
And so on and so forth.
and so on.
Well, it is a start. What can I address you as?
I'm Douglas Borkson.
All right, Mr. Borkson. You
I
shall be
lead-
the first of many.
Excellent. I lead the scavengers crew here. We were hired to remove all the salt. I took the job because I assumed if there was ever a chance of finding you, it would be here. It's real slow going though. And then he like looks over and technically everything that I like clean belongs to the people in the merchant guild. They're gonna build it into a city for normies.
It's fine. One of the things that has, I think, come to pass, which is the people of this age are certainly more hardy than those of the past. And then I like look over at Cash, who is like fine now.
He's probably looking at the clipboard again, but instead of actually writing anything, he goes force of nature and just leaves it at that.
Borkson, have you heard of any more of my kind?
There are rumors. There is a rumor of a very ancient creature. We have reason to believe that she is a vampire, but she does not live by the traditional values. She's never been seen in the sun, and I take it. It's just like yes, the armor is as effective as we thought.
It is working well. For now, Borkson, continue your current duties. I will call upon you should I have need of you.
If you're looking to learn about this new world, and it's just like you couldn't have been more luck. We couldn't have arranged it better. He motions over his shoulder. The three of you, him motioning over his shoulder, he's not very coy about the fact that he's talking about you, although I don't think you can hear what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, they are of Lockstitch. Fantastic organization. Until you have your feet under you, as it were, they might make grand allies, as some of your ancient foes linger.
I suppose if I can endure into this new age, they can as well. Regrettably.
I'm pretty sure they're accepting newcomers. And, if you are even a quarter of the legend, they will accept you gratefully.
My boy, and then like I'll slowly shuffle past him. It's like, I am everything a Haladine should be.
Douglas rushes forward and he's just like, announcing NAMAK Haladine. And he does a low bow. You guys have all been hanging out with this dude for the last couple hours, but now he's fully introduced to you.
Ashley's Aurelio. Should we bow too? Like, would it be rude if we didn't?
Fucking ego.
He doesn't. NAMAK doesn't look like he's expecting it. I'll say that. Like, his body posture isn't like he's expecting you to grovel at his feet right now. But he does turn to look at each of you. So, this organization of yours, explain it more to me.
Wishing to learn more about Lockstitch? That's fair, considering we did find you down there. Yes, we have time to speak of this. Please with me this way, if you would.
I will follow Leo.
Ammon's gonna inch over to Cash while they're talking. The hell did we unleash?
Let's just be thankful he seems to at least be friendly for now.
For now is the part that concerns me.
He's just gonna take a long, takes a breath and just lets out a deep sigh. Just looks at Ammon. Do you by chance know how to drive? I can't. Leo's a bit busy. Leo's gonna.
I can figure it out.
It's fine. It's a tank, practically.
Final last words.
I didn't realize that we were just like wrapping it up with Leo explaining Lockstitch to NAMAK in a car driving you back to getting healed up. Is that what you're pitching right there?
Yeah, we gotta make sure this man gets healed up. That's the priority. Leo's priority is to his crew first.
I feel great. It's Cash who needs to get healed up.
Exactly. So while we get Cash to get healed up, Leo can talk with NAMAK.
Amon's driving in
good
a dreamsicle. Cash is sitting in the passenger seat trying to tell him like how not to like fuck up anything. And then there's just NAMAK, who's probably not terribly bothered by this, and Leo, who's just explaining Lockstitch.
I do want to ask Borkson to retrieve my coffin.
Oh, absolutely.
Sorry, I just wanted to say a quick little thing that can Ammon get a magical message to Nyx?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Because I think Ammon, just being Nyx's apprentice and knowing how important that liquid is, will just send a message to Nyx explaining what it is, where he found it, what it is, and if it needs to be picked up.
Absolutely. Just so you know, Douglas Borkson is going to guard this place with his life and like put people here to guard it with like specifically those rooms. You can tell Nyx that stuff is there. Nyx isn't gonna want to come in here herself without a conversation with NAMAK.
Mhm.
But I think there is a conversation with NAMAK, Nyx, and Ammon coming at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I just Ammon being Nyx's apprentice, I just feel like that's in his character. That is something that he would feel he needs to do, and just let Nyx know.
Oh, absolutely. And with that, yeah, the whole... Here we go. Just found it. It's hard to drive in the desert, but I think we're okay.
It's fine.
So long.
It's fine.
Oh, Cash, what does this do? Ammon just
And
not knowing how to drive.
That activates the gift that Akana
H-O-T-T-O.
gave him. It just flips everything off going by.
What are you singing? It is just hot to go.
Fuck the moon is gonna be a long ride home.
H-O-T-G-O-G-O. We just fucked the moon.
A lot has happened while you were gone. Some less tasteful than others. We'll put it that way.
Speak to me true, though. There is magic in the world again, yes?
Yes, that has indeed happened. Actually, rather recently, things have been, in terms of magic, has been coming back to the Echo. And from what I'm hearing, possibly more potent than it used to be, from what I've been told.
Good. And the world is returning to how it should be.
Mm-hmm. It was an interesting little adventure, I suppose would be one way to put it, getting magic back into the world. Are you familiar with the land of Nod? Where from your time, if that makes any sense for you?
The land of what?
The land of Nod.
Basically, you would, for sure. NAMAK would have been around back when traveling to the land of Nod, or as like people normally call it, just the moon, was pretty commonplace. There was a machine called the Ossuary that would easily take you.
Yes, the land of Nod is a common destination.
Yes, that's the key word. It was. From what I've been told, for about a millennia, it was no longer. Whatever means that was available to go there was not available anymore. Over recent years, my crew and I, and the crew and I, has developed a means to get back there. It is a bit slow going, I suppose, but it it is a way back there, and we were able to, I guess, get the ball rolling on the moon once again.
So the ossuary is not in use anymore.
I am going to assume no, not to my knowledge.
I'm gonna move us right here real quick, just so
Hmm?
because I didn't really think about the Celestial Sea in regard to where you guys were, except for we drove here, you didn't drive from any of these places. That's where Ibring is like stationed right there.
Too
These
dangerous.
are crab people that we don't know.
Crap.
These are flamingos from the Vorpal Sea that we're not the biggest friends with. We're good friends with everybody at Turmeric Outpost and Rue, but we're in a car.
Yeah, so we would have to have gone here from a different section, I suppose, right?
Haven in the Celestial Sea is right here.
I
And
can
we
see that.
have set up an outpost in Haven. That happened.
Yeah, so I guess we'll be heading to Haven. It would be a good spot for the group to rest before they head back to the friggin' silver symbol anyway.
Absolutely. So if you guys want to RP, like being in Haven or the crew showing up to pick up these four, absolutely. Just for a note for that pickup thing, we do not have access to the airship yet. We haven't seen the airship get rebuilt, and we're waiting on that.
So
So
submarine
the right submarine, Taterade is there, which
What?
is Taterade. It's a thing that happens. It was made out of the giant popo nuts. It
Taterade.
they
Huh.
they didn't close a very specific hole in the weir so that they could keep making magical beverages.
Good lord.
They're delicious, but they do have an old like chemist that has a lab set up, and that is just a thing that happens in Haven.
He's gotta cook.
I assume I'm going to be surprised by all the sights.
Oh, it's gonna be crazy. All right, number one, Namak. And I've told this to Talus as well. The Celestial Sea is going to be one of the most buck wild things that you see. Because it looks almost nothing like what it used to look like. Bone meal as well used to be an ocean, and now it's a desert. So the Celestial Sea used to be a vacuum, and now it's full of water, half full of water. Like, that water didn't used to be there. It used to just all be open space with a giant... calling it one city is wrong, but all of those used to be on, like, tracks. They used to move like the planets.
I see, yes.
But the only two that know that... the three that know that would be... Aoife would know it if she traveled that far, which I assume that she might... I probably did. It's only 2 sides over. Talus knows it, and NAMAK knows it. They were all there for when you used to look out, and it used to just be the night sky. But now it's still beautiful. There's still, like, there's water there now, which is bizarre.
And it's an improvement.
It's an improvement?
Yeah.
Oh, I think Talus disagreed, but I don't know. Maybe.
I guess folks have different opinions and stuff. Interesting.
But yeah, that is where we are going to start. And in the next 6 months game time, NAMAK, you have found your place in Lockstitch. Whether it is a bit like condescending to people, you have definitely met people that physically could not be considered your prey.
Yeah. The people of this age are much stronger and hardier.
And I would love to talk about how you get your food, but that's a future conversation.
I'm sure it'll be ethically sourced somehow.
Of course, has to be, right? Wink.
On the surface, of course, wink.
Crew, hide your pets.
We've seen what they're capable of doing. Those things are
You
capable
know
of fucking war
what?
crimes.
Fucking valid.
And with that, let's all talk about what we think we would put experience into today. Ammon, you used occultist and performer quite a bit. Oh, no, you used occultist quite a bit, but you definitely used performer in a very flashy way. Either one of those, I think, would be perfectly fine to put an experience into.
I'm okay with doing occultist because I think that's just a main one for Ammon.
Absolutely. And Cash, you used Doctor, although it went real rough for you.
Yeah.
You use Dreamer and you use Notorious. If you get Notorious 3 times the way through it, then it can become a new flaw more useful to you than a new tag more useful to you than Notorious. You would be able to use it the way you were trying to earlier, if that's what you're after.
It is,
But also,
but it's still so early. I kind of want to just play with it, so I would honestly put most, if anything, into Dreamer.
okay, absolutely. All right, Leo, you used engineer, leader, and spiritualist. You really focused on spiritualist a bit, though.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'm definitely putting my tag on my EXP a little bit on spiritualist. Makes
All
sense.
right, yeah, it feels right. And you also used the For the Queen tag, kind of, when you helped Cash get through by dancing. So I'm just saying it happened, but just shouting it out, everybody. Good moments.
Echo me for the queen tag. Hello, what?
For the Queen mention, hell yeah.
Huh? Yeah, what?
And NAMAK, you definitely used all of your tags: occultist, rogue, siphon, and conceited.
I definitely use Siphon the most.
Yeah, siphon it's a good wake up one because you were hungry.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's a full on like scared of the sun vampire. Not scared of it, has armor that takes care of it.
I definitely don't appreciate being in the sun.
It's just like this
Get
is
this kind of parasol.
like just so that we all get it out of the way. Things that you would quickly learn that you don't have to like make rolls to learn. In conversations with NAMAK, he's very, very old. Years, even harder. To understand. None of you will see NAMAK without his mask. Nothing you can do, joke-wise, otherwise, will ever reveal NAMAK without his mask. You will always lose that roll. And just so you know, it's a 1 with an F in chat for trying. That is just... That's an alien staple on that one.
So don't try it.
You just please
You just
don't.
issued a challenge to very specific characters, I hope you know.
And they
It's
will
gonna be fun
fail.
watching them fuck up.
Yeah.
So that NAMAK is an ancient creature, like I said, keeps the armor on all the time. Armor stays on in bed, or he stays in his coffin, and then you also can't see through the coffin. He is after distinctly blood, and you guys would figure out through conversations with him that the new vampires, the Obsession vampires, are... The word mutant is wrong, but mutated versions of NAMAK. NAMAK can get food from blood. He can pull health from blood. They can only eat magic. It's like they have limited themselves. NAMAK can enjoy a steak that if he wanted to. NAMAK could eat other food. The other ones, the Obsession vampires, are still weak to sunlight, and also they need magic to survive. He just gets hungry.
I get a craving to it doesn't go away until I get the fix, you know.
The Obsession vampires did have a blood fountain. You gotta call out where you're from.
It's the aesthetics. I mean, come on now.
Right? They are very vampire aesthetic, except for they did it in green because mana batteries. When you kill a spirit, it is neon green. When you kill a person, it's dark green. I wonder if there's a connection. I didn't. That one's not on me though. Other people came up with that lore.
Green, much green.
But yeah, that is today's game. Thank you all so much for playing. You did great. I have been playing with giving you guys a bit more information at the beginnings of games so that you guys know what is in line. And like originally it was the mission reports that I was giving to just showing everybody, but I didn't feel like they were specific enough. So that's why I sent you guys the plot points that we needed to hit. I'm probably going to be doing that going forward. If I feel like there are necessary plot points that we are looking to hit that everybody has talked about before the game, then I will tell you, here are the plot points that we need to hit. Just a thing for the future. But everybody, I hope they were useful. I really do. You all killed it. We are going to be seeing much more of the side that we talked about. Like, that is the first arc that is in those sands. This all led to that. I'm very excited. You all did great. Thanks everybody so much for the support. Like, seriously. And yeah, goodbye forever. Oh, unless anybody had something to say.
Goodbye forever, and I look forward to seeing you all.
Have a good night.
Goodbye forever?
Just,
I don't know.
a little questioning.
I'll pull a
It's
car.
What if we don't make it?
I'm gonna crash the car.
Oh, good lord.
No.
Through tangled paths and mysteries, working side by side, we weavers chart when none to be, sailing day and night. Luminaries chase the truth through boundless wisdom keen. Through tests and trials, they'll guide the crew to sights yet to be seen. Raise the banner, let it fly. United we stand tall. Our spirit bold and our courage bright to answer echo's call. Adventure waits for nobody, so rally up the crew. Sailing towards our destiny, we know just what to do. Protecting all through strife and storm, seeing guardians defend. Their mission pure, their promise sworn, steadfast till the end. Mysticians seek what lies untold, with spells of newfound lore. Lighting paths and opening gates to magic's very core. Raise the banner, let it fly. United we stand tall. Our spirit bold and our courage bright to answer echo's call. Adventure waits for nobody, so rally up the crew. Sailing towards our destiny, we know just what to do. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Lockstitch's name, the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Lockstitch's name, the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Like Stitch's name, the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Like Stitch's name, the world will know.